This is another reaction time. What up, my G's? Is your boy from G-Man TV. You might have seen me in some of my dancing videos, you know, and I did my first reacting, which I sucked ass, by the way. I looked like a complete moron. Like, sometimes when you hear me, it's like, what? I can't hear you! I said I can't hear you! Can't hear you! Now, I'm back. I'm better than ever. I got a mic, so I don't look like a complete idiot. Now we're gonna be watching some YOYO 808. Today we're gonna be watching why you shouldn't steal from your mom. You shouldn't steal from your mom. You know why? It's bad. It's not good for you. It's not good for your health. It's gonna damage your future. It's gonna do it like... And there's nothing left to do because of the COVID-19, and I'm just stuck here for knowing God knows what I'm doing. Sorry. Caressing things. There you go. I got a jacket and a tie now. So yeah, what's the difference? Again, YOYO 808. I'm gonna be watching your... How do you pronounce it? YOYO 808 or just 808? Can't decide of which one I'm gonna get. You know what I'm saying? So without further ado, let us watch YOYO 808 right now.
Johannes Kedar Richardson. If I open this trunk and I see even one thing missing from that bag, I promise you I'm going to. But before she can even finish her sentence, a cop car pulls up next to the car, looks at my mom through the window.
Why shouldn't you steal from your mom?
This took place on Halloween. I was maybe 13 years old. My brothers and I were getting into our costumes. Now, in reality, we were dressed up as ninjas, but that would look boring, so we get decked out, and as we're heading out the door, my mom stops us and tells us that we were actually going to be doing our trick-or-treating at the mall. Yep, we were about as confused as you are. Apparently, the mall was doing this thing where kids could go store to store collecting candy so they didn't have to go out unsupervised at night. And my overprotective mother was very much a fan of that idea, as she was not okay with us leaving the house, which I would understand why if we didn't live in the suburbs. Like, we were in a gated white community, bro. I'm talking leave your door unlocked safe. We aren't getting jumped here. I don't think Ashley from down the street...
You're talking about the military. Your mom's a military. She's like, alright man, let's find my house! Yes, sir!
Is doing drive-bys in her Kia Soul. And we were big. Like, my brothers and I have always been very tall for our age. People cross the street to get away from us. Honestly, we could go outside and nothing would happen.
Nigga think he bulletproof.
So needless to say, I was trying to go to the mall to get my candy. I get it out the mud. I wanted to trick or treat in the slums like the grown man I was.
Yeah, tell you go tell Yo, you
go. What I think she is. So I clench my fist, put my foot down, look my black mom in the eyes and tell her, Mom, I'm not going to the mall. But what'd you just say to me? I said, I'm not. Okay, you guys have fun. I'm gonna do some shopping. Stay safe. Johannes, do you need some more ice? We ended up going to the mall.
Hey man, there's nothing you can do. Yo mom's the boss. Yo kid, you're just a little tiny prisoner in her eye. Sorry, I did not mean to creep you out. She loves you. Your mom loves you. She would do anything for you. She would probably...
We're in the shopping center going store by store getting candy, and we actually got a pretty solid turnout. 3 full bags of candy. We all grab one piece, combine the rest in a trash bag. I call dibs on the Reese's cups, and we call it a day. Mission accomplished. We get in the car, and as the oldest and tallest amongst my siblings, I always sat in the backmost seat of any car we had, simply because I like to sit sideways for maximum legroom. I'm chilling eating my candy, and out of the corner of my eye, I peep the trash bag with all of our candy just sitting there within arm's reach, unopened. And this bag was just looking oh so heavy, and I knew my poor mother would have to carry it inside, so I thought to myself, you know what? I might as well take one for the team and lighten the load a bit. Before I go, I do some quick recon. My brother slumped. My mom paying attention. I reach behind my seat and quietly grab a handful of candy, but then it dawns on me.
Mission impossible.
I'm no longer eating the bit of candy I set aside for myself. I'm now selfishly stealing candy from everyone. Did I care? Short answer, no. Long answer, no. I start going to town.
Damn.
Man. Reese's cup.
He's really munching on that candy, huh? I mean, if that's a different kind of candy, if you know what I'm saying. I'm talking about eating somebody's ass.
Check. Jolly Ranchers, give me that. Tootsie Rolls, take that back. This was a long car ride, and I'm like three handfuls into this bag, but I think my mom senses that I'm being a little too quiet. She glances at me through the rearview mirror and calls my name. Johannes, what are you doing back there? Nothing. Now this right here is where I crossed the line of not only stealing, but also lying. I'm
mom's got your eyes on you.
My mom knew I was eating the candy.
Look at
She
the
just
mirror
wanted to
and the
see if
road.
I thought
She's
she
like-
was stupid, and apparently I did. She looks back at the road and I continue eating. Duh, I mean, there's a bag full of candy next to me. I'm a kid. I continue to eat, and I am just going through it, man. I was in that backseat living my best life, but the occasional glances I kept getting from my mom are becoming more and more frequent until Johannes! Yeah? Are you eating that candy? Now this is a direct question.
That look like
The first
lipstick.
one
They kiss someone?
Nothing could have been miscellaneous, but this is a yes or no question about the candy. I tell her, of course not, and that I'm just playing with the wrapper. Give it to me, give it to me. I give her the wrapper, she turns around and keeps driving. And I
Driving while it turns around.
keep eating. But now I have to do it quietly because my only excuse is gone, so I'm only going for the easy to open things, but no cap, you don't realize how loud doing things are until you try to do them quietly, so I'm doing my
No kidding. Rappers are loud. There's no silent mode like candy. Activate stealth mode. Shh. Dun, dun. No text.
thing silently, and it's going well, but I get a little adventurous and go for a Smarties. Why? Because I'm a dummy. I take a deep breath. Focus. I open the first half. I go to dump it in my hand, but then the car hits a bump and I instinctively grab the seat to catch myself, but I realize I also clench the wrap. The noise resonates throughout the car and my mom takes both hands off the wheel while driving 60 miles an hour. Mind you, she fully turns towards me with death in her eyes and yells, "Johannes Kedar Richardson, if I open this trunk and I see even one thing missing from that bag, I promise you I'm going to." But before she can even finish her sentence, a cop car pulls up next to the car, looks at my mom through the window.
Stop at the car, jackass!
She stops, turns around.
Stop the car, jackass!
Calmly.
I'm not saying that in a mean way. I just, you know, I'm sorry.
Calmly, she then, in a completely normal voice, says, "Johannes, I'm not gonna ask you again. Are you eating the candy? This is my last chance." I realize.
For some people, they would say, yes, I'm sorry, I ate the candy, and all this would go away. But for kids, well, we gotta create something to fool out appearance.
Realize the jig is up. I wipe my sweat, get my composure. I know what I have to do, so I look up and say, "No, what candy?"
Bruh.
She chuckles menacingly and keeps driving, and I keep eating.
Sorry, I'm not good at Japanese.
Eating. But I have a plan for when she checks the trunk. We get home and with
Sorry, just checking if it's still recording. Hello, hi.
out a word, my mom immediately grabs my ear and goes to the trunk. She opens the trunk and sees the bag and yo, this job was more than halfway empty, bro.
Damn.
Even I was shocked by the sheer amount of candy that I ate. She looks at me.
You have power. You don't let, like, I have the stomach of justice.
Still calm, mind you, and asks, "Johannes, where's the candy?" And this is where my carefully thought out, impenetrable master plan begins. I say, "I don't know." Freaking genius. Oh really? Let me see your pockets. She didn't realize I prepared for this question too. Oh, Mom. I look at her and say, "I don't have any pockets." Ow, did she just... That was not part of the plan. Let me see your pockets. Let me try this again. But Mom, I don't. Those pockets. Oh, my bad. Let me just. I reluctantly reached in.
He be slapping like, Mom, I don't have that. Don't you lie to me, boy. I'ma slap your ass. But Mom, I don't have a. Mom, why would you hit me? Oh, this gonna be a lot worse. Oh God, Mom, please help. I'm sorry. Ah! Oh, yes.
Down in my pockets and grab 2 handfuls of empty wrappers. Giannis, why would you lie to me? I can't believe. And before she even finishes her sentence, I reach down and grab 2 more handfuls of empty wrappers. Her face drops. I'm calling your father, and you and him can talk about this.
You better get some sugar rush on you. You gonna get hype. You ain't gonna sleep. Hey, you ain't gonna sleep. You ain't gonna sleep. You better be hype this shit. I'm not a rapper. I'm not good at rapping like Corey Kenshin, okay? He's a better rapper than I am.
Ouch. And I just can't believe you do this. Like, how could you? The rant continues, and I'm just looking stone-faced. My cheek hurts, and I'm just taking this verbal onslaught from my mom with nothing to say for myself until I'm taking your stuff. You will definitely not be eating any more candy for a very long. And you, do you have something to say? Well, actually, I called dibs on the Reese's. I don't think there's a.
Reese's is my favorite candy.
I'm just not smarty. I'm a dummy.
Very interesting video. Now, I learned my lesson. You shouldn't steal from your mom. But it's a very interesting video. Yes, it's YOYO 808 with a little bit of a stealing situation. He did say he called dibs on the Reese's. And to be honest, I love Reese's too. Reese's is my favorite. Like, I be eating the Reese's like, it's delicious. It's delicious. That's delicious. Give me another one. Give me another one. I need more of the Reese's I could ever have. Hey. I'm not good at rapping like Corey Kenshin. Hey. Not good at making reaction things. Hey, like Jay from the Cub Scouts. Hey. So that's the first video. I can try to watch the second video, which is called My Teacher Wanted to Fight Me for Cheating. That I wouldn't believe a teacher would just say, hey, get over here. You cheated. So guess what? I'm about to beat y'all ass. What? She cheated from what? I didn't do anything. You can't prove it. You think I can prove it? You think I'm a dumbass? I'm a teacher for a reason, Mr. Garcia. I can see it from your goddamn picture. It's right there. You're cheating. Look at this. But sir, it's nothing. It's not even cheating. I shut your mouth. You wanna mess with me? Oh, come catch these hands. Yeah. You look at me? You looking at me? You're looking at me, right? You're looking at me. Alright, hey you, come catch these hands. I'm about to whip your ass with them. Yeah, you got this right. I'm about to whip your ass. You're just a student. I'm a teacher. I am better than you. Hey, I got the brain. You just got the writing and your stupidity. Hey, I'm about to whip your mother.
Mr. Rodman slams his desk. He makes direct eye contact with me. He's peering into the depths of my soul. He gets up. I step on my phone. Hey! Who's...
Ooh, another video.
If there's one thing that we all have in common, it's that no matter how good of a student you are, you're gonna cheat or you've cheated before.
I've never cheated in my life.
I'm absolutely appalled that you would dare make that assumption. Hey, don't lie to me. Shh. I know you've done it, okay? I mean, unless you're like a gifted natural genius who's in like senior AP college level classes as a teenager. In that case, drugs. You do drugs. But we all cheat or I've cheated in school. At least at the high school level. And bro, I'm no exception to that, okay? I was a perfect angel in school. But even people like me, perfect people, have cheated in school.
I don't know if I've cheated or not. I'm dumb enough to know the answers, and I'm dumb enough to cheat. I can't do either, folks. I don't know what's my problem.
My mom was one of those moms who always checked their kids' grades like on the school report card app thing because she loved me and cared about my education. I'm sure if I didn't do good on a test or if my grades weren't up to par, I'm 100% positive that she would just take me, sit me down, grab my textbook, and shove it down my freaking throat, just in there, 3 hits, pow, pow, pow. You're gonna get this knowledge one way or another. Yeah, if you were living with my mom, you definitely had A's and B's. I remember the night before I had this.
Yes, every time I did get some low grades, my mom was disappointing. What disappoints my mom even more is when I cry a lot. Like, I cry a lot. I cry like a bitch. I bitch a lot of things. I'm a tear man. You know that? I'm a tear person. I put my tears out with joy. It's kind of weird. And when every time I cry, either I confess to my mom, or she sees me crying, or one of my classmates says, "Miss Garcia, he's crying like a big little pussy again. I don't know why. You might want to take care of that." Oh, thank you for putting this into my attention. I will definitely teach my son some manners. Oh God.
English test that I just knew for a fact I wasn't prepared for. And I also knew that spending hours in my textbook looking over the material so I can pass the test and further digest the information internally so I can use it later in life, aka studying, would just not be as effective as spending even more hours trying to find the questions and answers to the test early and writing the questions down.
I got a question for you guys. What is your favorite subject? I just want to know. What is your favorite subject? Is it math? Is it science? Is it history class? If that's what it's called. English? My favorite is English. No doubt. My favorite is English because I talk English a lot. Mostly I don't talk English in my family. And you know what? They're okay with that. My mom's like, "You do the good work, son. You just talk English, okay?" And I doing the English too. Roger that. Love you po. I'm gonna be in America someday. I'm gonna make my future happen. Oh, America, here I come. Not a weirdo. Trust me. Let's just continue.
Somewhere discreet in order to use it on the test, only to forget the information the next day, therefore rendering my entire education useless, aka cheating. And I also knew I didn't want a textbook shoved halfway down my esophagus, so I decided to cheat on this upcoming test. My task was to somehow find a way to get access to the questions on the test. Luckily for me, I had a friend who had taken the test the day before me, but since he had failed, he had to retake the test, and that means he already had his graded paper.
Damn.
A paper which
He slaps you with a big fat F. Trust me, he's like, "Nope, you just failed. You know what? I'm gonna..." The hell? What's wrong with you, man? I just failed the test. I didn't fail my life. You gotta be my parents now.
Grabbed with the absolute swiftness, okay? Hey, you can't get mad at me, okay? You know the saying. The second rat always gets the cheese. So I expeditiously take this paper home. The plan was to cram all 80 questions of the test onto a small index card just so I can have it under my paper as I took the test. Simple enough. Yeah, simple enough. Yeah, simple enough. Simple enough. After spending hours of giving myself arthritis attempting to cram all 80 of these questions onto this small index card, I was done and I was hyped for this test, man. I could practically taste.
Who is ever hyped for the test to either cheat or just do the test? I hate tests. I'd rather
the A+ grade. So I'm actually gassed to go to school the next day. I set my alarm clock and the alarm on my phone to 6 a.m. on the dot. I even do the thing where you turn the volume all the way up on your phone and play like 1 second of a random video just to make sure your phone volume's all the way. I was not going to be late to school. So I go to sleep, I get up the next day, I head to class, and the papers are handed to us. I look around and I see all the fatigue and stress on the faces of my fellow classmates. This was a pretty big test, so I'm sure
it is time for another test to come, which will decide if you are the chosen one to cross for the future, or the fall one, where you will be stuck in this school forever and never return, or you can get another chance for that.
Everyone spent hours and hours awake last night and couldn't be me, man. Imagine doing schoolwork at 3 a.m. What freaking nerds. I look at my test, I grin, I grab my cheat sheet out of my pocket, and I am absolutely focused. I'm so zoned in fact, that I see red. Not red as in laser focus, oh no. I mean red as in the big, fat F that's gonna be on my test paper, because the test that I had was completely different than the one that my friend gave me. I'm practically figuring out different ways to roll up my textbook so I don't choke on page 7 of Lord of the Flies when my mom shoves it into my trachea in a desperate attempt to save my GPA and more importantly, my freaking windpipe. I type in one of the test questions onto Google on my phone, and I am blessed.
Wait, you're allowed to have phones in school? Wow, I wish I could have gone to that school. What's going on? What? What? That's Chandler from Friends, by the way. What?
To find a Quizlet with all the answers of the test, word for word, bar for bar. So I am saved. I take my phone out, I put it in my book bag, but before I could even start the test, I realized something. I never turned down my phone volume after I turned it all the way up for my alarm this morning. If I get one notification, it's a wrap. My forehead is covered in sweat. I look down at the ticking time bomb that is in my book bag. Now I'm just so worried that my phone's going to go off from a notification, which, as the goofy simp that I was in high school, it definitely wasn't. But in the moment, I'm so worried about my phone going off that I forgot which side of my phone had the volume button. So I press and hold on the right side of my phone and Siri goes off, and immediately the teacher looks up, but he can't quite pinpoint where the sound is coming from. So I just, let me just answer right here. Oh yeah, number 3, I'm on that. And pretend I actually know what I'm doing until he looks away. I'm safe, but I have zero room for error. My threat level is definitely in the yellow. But I'm already in pretty deep, so I keep going. But this time, instead of having my phone in my book bag, I put on my hoodie and put my phone inside said hoodie, along with my left arm, so when I need to see my phone, all I need to do is look down. I get to this fill in the blank section, so I place my phone on my lap to fill the answer, and then my phone falls on the ground. There is a certain sound a phone makes.
It's gotta hurt when your phone falls like this. Yeah, what phone sounds like.
When it hits the ground, that makes it undeniably obvious that it's a phone.
Like
maybe if this was a math class, I could have capped and said I dropped my calculator, but the only thing that I need to calculate is the width of my jaw compared to my textbook. Yo, I'm gonna keep doubling down on this textbook joke, aren't I? Dude, we get it. You don't need to keep shoving it down our throats.
Yes.
Hey. Nice. So my phone falls and just begins doing trapeze flips on the ground with perfect form, mind you. Each fall just gave it more momentum to spin even longer and just to make so much noise.
It had no
reason
someone
at
trapped
all
in the
to be
phone?
falling for this.
Like seriously, someone trapped in the phone is like, I'm trapped! Help me! It's ridiculous.
Long. It was just so loud and drawn out. But now Mr. Rodman, that's the name I'm giving him, now he knows that it came from my table. He gets up. I step on my phone. Hey! Whose phone was that? He's asking the table, but he's staring bullets at me. He looks at the girl who's sitting next to me, who very obviously knows by now that I'm cheating or attempting to cheat. He looks at her with absolute death in his eyes. Whose phone was that? She looks at him. She looks at me. I know that she knows. She then turns and says, "Oh, actually, I was just paying attention to my test. I really don't know. I'm sorry." He grunts and sits down. Threat level red. I'm standing on my phone at this point, but when I tell you my mom is going to kill me if I don't pass this test, I mean that. So I have no choice but to continue cheating. Or you could have studied. There's no turning back, so I drop my pencil, I pick up my phone, and continue taking my test. I scroll to the next question on my phone, and time itself stands still. Out of nowhere, you can visibly see the tension in the room, and it's coming from my direction. At this point, everyone in the classroom is staring directly at me. The girl who had just stuck her neck out for me is now looking into my eyes with so much disappointment and despair. Why? Well, I guess when my phone dropped, the ringer flipped on, because when I scrolled to that next question,
who does Lady Macbeth frame for the murder of Duncan?
The freaking text-to-speech goes off! Mr. Rodman slams his desk. He makes direct eye contact with me. He's peering into the depths of my soul. I know that he knows. Literally, everyone knows. Everyone knows. Only the right side of the classroom knows.
If your teacher better be that scared, they'd be like, hey, Sheena!
Everyone knows, but before he can even say anything, the assistant principal walks in the room. The assistant principal. My life's over. My life's over. I'm going to die here. I am done. If they call my mom, I will definitely be digesting Chapter 7 of The Great Gatsby. I'm sure of it. Mr. Rodman looks into my eyes for another bone-chilling 5 seconds and sits down. We had just got a new assistant principal, and I guess he was observing the class, and it wouldn't really be beneficial for either of us if the assistant principal's first impression of both of us was a cheating scandal. So yeah, I bombed the test that day. I'm talking no more than a 13. I only answered like 3 out of the 80 questions. I promise you I had absolutely no clue what was going on in that class. I guess since I got such a bad grade on the test, Mr. Rodman figured that that was punishment enough, so the cheating thing was never brought up again. But the hammer of wrath from my mom when she saw my grade was definitely brought down.
Brought down indeed. And that's it for today's episode. Watching 2 videos, the Don't Steal Your Mom and getting beat up from your teacher, which did not happen here. I was expecting a little beatdown. A little bit of that sweet, tasty meat. Not like that. Come on, guys. And that is it for the video. Thank you so much for watching. I will put the links down to his videos. 2 videos. I watched 2. My second time reacting, I gotta say, I didn't do a bad job. I did great, actually. And you know what? Just because of this, I'm gonna react to all of the new animators. Like, I don't know, I reacted to YOYO 808, but now I'm gonna be reacting to, like, I don't know, YOYO 808, Sultan Sketches, NITRO, Dibs, the Amazing, and Ginger Ninja. There are the amazing jurors. See that? I did my lips very fancy. The jurors. I'm gonna call them the amazing jurors.
Awesome!
Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching my video. If you did, please like, comment, and share to my channel. If you're new here, please nuke that big fat subscribe button. Just press the button and the rocket's gonna come down and boom! You're subscribed to my channel. Good for you. And if you're new here, again, thank you for joining the community. We're always welcome the new people here. No meanies, no haters. Only the nicest people can only enter my team. Please subscribe to my channel. I'm still low on subscribers. We need a new team. The G's. We need the G's to grow. We need to climb. Baby steps. It's gotta be slow, but we gotta grow. We gotta get at least to 200. I think we're at 104 subscribers. We gotta catch up. Catch up. Higher than the worlds of the peaks of the mountain. No idea what I just said. My Marvel people, they have been subscribed to my channel. I'm lying. It's not real. And the entire world will see who we really are. The G's. You gotta know my G's. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Peace out, my G's.